Good day everyone, especially to our dear Professor Dr. Jing Arbistando. This is Emalin of Avenido reporting about the research instrument. So what is a research instrument? It is a fact-finding strategist. It is a tool for data collection and it includes the questionnaire, interview, and observation. So what are the characteristics of a good research instrument? So first, the instrument must be valid and reliable. Second, it must be based upon the conceptual framework. Third, it must gather data suitable for the relevant to the research topic. Fourth, it must gather data would test the hypothesis or answer the questions under investigation. Fifth, it should be free from all kinds of bias. Number sixth, it must contain clear and definite direction to accomplish it. Seventh, it must be accompanied by a good cover letter. And eighth, it must be accompanied, if possible, by a letter of recommendation from a sponsor. So what are the examples of a research instrument? So first is the interview. So what is an interview? It is an interaction in which oral questions are posed by the interviewer to elicit oral response from the interviewee. So what are the types of interview? So the first one is the structured interview. The structured interviews are formal because sets of questions known as interview questionnaire are posed to each interviewee visited and the responses are recorded on the standardized schedule. The second one is the unstructured interview. It is the less formal type in which, although sets of questions may be used, the interviewer freely modifies the sequence of the questions, changes the wording, and sometimes explains them or adds to them during the interaction. Next is the non-directive interview. So the non-directive interview or the unguided gives excessive freedom for the respondent to express his or her ideas subjectively and spontaneously as she chooses or is able to. A next kind of interview is the focus interview. As the name suggests, focuses on the respondent's subjective responses and experience on the subject matter to elicit more information. So the next is observation. So observation is one of the very important methods for obtaining comprehensive data in qualitative research, especially when a composite of both oral and the visual data become vital to the research. So what are the types of observer? So first is the participant observer. In this type of observation, the researcher lives as a member of the subjects of the study while observing and keeping notes of the attributes of the subject and that is being researched so that he can directly experience the phenomenon being studied. Next is the non-participant observer. In this approach, the researcher does not live as a member of the subjects of the study. The researcher watches the subject of his or her study with their knowledge of his status as a researcher, but without taking an active part in the situation under study. The next one is the questionnaire. This is the data collection instrument mostly used in the normative way, so it is commonly used. This is a systematically prepared form or a document with a set of questions deliberately designed to elicit responses from respondents or research informants for the purpose of collecting data or information. It is a form of inquiry document which contains a systematically compiled and well-organized series of questions intended to elicit the information which will provide insight in the nature of the problem under study. It is a form that contains a set of questions and a topic or a group of topics designed to be answered by the respondent. So what are the advantages and disadvantages of a questionnaire? First, easy to construct. Second, distribution is easy and inexpensive. Third, responses are easy to tabulate. Fourth, respondents' replies are free. Fifth, confidential information may be given freely. Sixth, respondents can fill out the questionnaire at will. Seventh, respondents can give more accurate replies. 8. Cannot be used for illiterate person. 9. Respondents may not return the filled up copies of the questionnaire. 10. Respondents give a wrong information. And 11. Respondents may leave some of many questions unanswered. And 12. Number of choices may be as limited as respondents may be forced to select responses that are not his actual choice. What are the steps in preparing a questionnaire? Okay, you are going to go to the library, doing the library search. Next, talking to the knowledgeable people or the person. Next, mastering the guidelines, writing the questionnaire, editing the questionnaire, rewriting the questionnaire, and pre-testing the questionnaire. So the types of question asked in a survey questionnaires, there are two forms. Okay. According to form, the free answer type, it is called the open form, open-ended, subjective, unrestricted essay, and unguided response type. Second, the guided response type. This is also called the closed form or the restricted type. So kinds of the response type: recall type, recognition type. So the recall type, the replies are recalled. Recognition, the possible responses are given to the respondent selects his answer. So in recognition type, there are three types: dichotomous, multiple choice, and multiple responses. So, dichotomous, there are only two questions and one is selected. Multiple choice, only one answer is chosen from those given as options. Multiple responses, two or more options may be chosen. According to the kind of data asked for. So first, descriptive or verbal data. Second, quantified or numerical data. Third, intensity of feeling, emotion, or attitude. Fourth, degree of judgment. Fifth, understanding. And the last one is reasoning. What are the guidelines in formulating a questions for a questionnaire? First, make all directions clear. Use correct grammar. Make all questions unequivocal or equal. Next, avoid asking biased question. Fifth, objectify the responses. And the last one, relate all questions to the topic under study. Seventh, create categories or classes for approximate answer. And then word carefully or avoid questions that deal with confidential or embarrassing information. Explain and illustrate difficult questions. 10. State all questions affirmatively and make the respondent anonymous. So, I have here some samples of a questionnaire. Okay, so that's the end of my report, and thank you for watching.